Greetings, kitties! Welcome back to Keepers of the Crypt, our Tales from the Crypt podcast that delves deep into the dungeon of delightful horrors that Tales from the Crypt always had in store for us. We are ecstatic that the show has finally found a streaming home at Shudder. We are thrilled to be rewatching these, re-falling in love with them. A hopefully new generation of people will find Tales from the Crypt and be as influenced by it as we were. Now, before we start a little business, people, please go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, Misfit Parade, where you can find this podcast, some of our short films, other cool stuff we're doing, including our sister podcast, the Messed Up Movies Podcast. If you love Tales from the Crypt, there's no way you don't love the kind of movies we talk about on the Messed Up Movies Podcast. You can find that on our YouTube channel. Again, subscribe at Misfit Parade. You can also find that on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you find pods. Ratings, reviews, sharing with a friend, all those little things mean so much to podcasters like us. We thank you in advance. Today we are here for Season 4, Episode 7, Tales from the Crypt, The New Arrival. Directed by Peter Medak, famous for directing The Changeling, if I'm not mistaken, and Species 2. Starring David Warner, legend. Starring Zelda Rubinstein, legend. Twiggy as Bonnie.
Yep.
Not legend, but Twiggy. Legend to some, I guess. Robert Patrick just popping in to do the Mad Dog bit. Essentially, this is Horror Frasier. So this episode was really designed exactly for us.
Exactly for, yeah. This was built for us.
I fucking love this episode. It's really high on the rankings right now. Higher than I think a lot of people would have it, but Horror Frasier is built for us, dude. Yeah. Essentially, the story is David Warner plays a kind of cunty psychologist, if we're being honest. Not a great guy. He is mad that Mad Dog, right? Essentially, Robert Patrick is dressed like The Undertaker when he switched gimmicks and was the American badass and rode a motorcycle out to Kid Rock. And he's like, you know what people like? Me,
talks
bitch.
like him, too.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, he has like his glasses down on his nose and a bandana. I was like, well, that's the laziest costuming I've ever seen. And then David Warner's character is just like, you know what people want? Child psychology. And it's like, oh, God, yeah, you're going to lose this fight. Long story short, he keeps getting called from Zelda Rubinstein's character. And he's like, you bitch, you suck at your life. And he's going to get fired and canceled. So he's like, I know how I'll save my program. We'll do a remote, but they don't bring anything to do a remote. It's like a scout for a remote. Yeah. His boss who hates him comes to just do fucking dunks on his ass, like always making fun of him. It's so bizarre. The setup of the show makes literally no sense to me. I don't know why it needed to be a radio thing. Whatever. Neither here nor there. The moment you get to Zelda Rubinstein's house, this episode kicks every ass it can.
Yes.
It is fucking great. So, Alex, what were you thinking as you got your first taste of Horror Frasier?
Yeah, I mean, that was exactly what I was thinking. It was just one of those, as soon as the episode started, I was like, oh, Horror Frasier. Okay, great. Like, this, I'm locked in already. This is wonderful. Yeah. And then it gets to the house, and I'm like, holy shit, this is metal as hell, bro. Like,
yeah, it kind of starts off, you're like, okay, I get it. We're going to do like a, talk radio thing. There will be a scary thing in the studio. Nope. We go straight to like haunted house, and it rips.
Absolute metal. Like, it was fucking awesome.
The gist is Zelda Rubinstein has a naughty daughter, right? Who's doing all this crazy shit. She's the wildest kid ever. She has a library with every book from every child psychologist who's kind of famous, right? David Warner being the newest one. They essentially think that Zelda Rubinstein, because of her age and who she says her dad is, General MacArthur, weird kind of name drop. The radio host lady's like, hey man, there's no fucking kid. Like, she is just a crazy person who lives in this house alone, and I don't think this is cool. Like, this is not great look for us to be here, whatever. We should get out of here and call someone to help her.
Right.
And David Warner has his catchphrase in the movie, or the show. No, good psychology beats bad behavior every time. And I was like, every time?
Every time.
Every time. Also, he's really, like, such a bitch in this episode. Like, he really just, like, is always, like, one, he's cowardly constantly. Two, he flies off the handle in rage constantly, which seems like a bad child psychologist trait. And thirdly, he's always like weaponizing his knowledge of child psychology to treat everyone else like a rube. Like when Twiggy's like, I don't know what blah blah blah, and he goes, "Who's the child psychologist here?" And it's like, what does that have to do once dead bodies start appearing? What are you talking about, asshole? Because that's it. He sees the little girl in the mask at the bottom of the stairs, and she's like, "Hey man, I don't think you should go down there." Yeah. Who's the child psychologist?
This is
all right.
Go get this is like this is somebody. This is the person who thinks they know everything, and you're like, okay, well, like I do like this is again. This is happening a lot.
It's the equivalent of like you fucking see a lion in the wilderness. You're like, who listens to TED Talks every morning? It's like, well, I don't see what that has to do with anything.
Yeah, I don't see what that has to do with anything. But if you want to go walk up to a fucking lion, walk up to a fucking lion. I guess. This is actually a commonality amongst like our favorite Tales episodes too. I think is like the real like crime of hubris.
Yeah,
like it is pervasive.
It's a pretty prevalent theme in the show. Yeah,
and it always works. Like there's never an episode that we have watched where I've been like, man, this hubris thing is not going to play well. It's like, no, it always fucking works in Tales episodes. Always works.
Always.
Like,
yeah.
You can't even call it low-hanging fruit or like cannon fodder for an episode because it always works. It's just good.
Well, anytime you see a rich person or a snooty person, someone who thinks that they're above everyone around them, those are always great people to throw into the jaws of life in a horror show. What I think about this one, too, is, again, what I've realized going back through the show now, in this version, right? Because you remember episodes from when you're younger, this now.
Yeah, of course.
I love the kind of weird freak of the week thing so much more than the jilted lovers, right? Like, in that, jilted lovers is the massive bulk of Tales from the Crypt, right?
Yes.
I love these kind of, like, this is like real weird horror territory. And it works so well because we go in and we start, there's like purple gum all over the house. You're like, all right, that's bizarre. You see this like horrifying, like beautifully designed kids' room. Okay, this is pretty fucking wild, weird. The first time you see what looks like Zelda Rubinstein in that mask, and she like skips across the hall and closes the door as they're like meandering about the house. I literally sat back in my chair and I go, oh fuck yeah! I was like, we're in now. This episode's gonna rip.
This is the one.
It does, and it kind of starts. They have a weird subplot of every time someone touches a doorknob, they get buzzed, like it's the Joker's house. And at one point, Twinkie goes, "Hey, he's afraid of electricity," and I was like, what? He works at a radio station. What are we doing here? That's a weird little subplot. But you see, like, the boss, she goes up to the attic, and she's like, where are you, little bitch? And all of a sudden, she screams in fucking horror. Awesome. Next time we see her, she's strangled on the bed, right? This has one of my favorite kills we've seen in the series yet, which is Twiggy getting got by the metal edge ceiling fan that lowers on her.
Oh my god.
And then someone just yeeted a goddamn dead body mannequin down the stairs and hits David Warner. He's like, ah! And it is incredible. I mean, this show, like once they get to that, and again, it's like, it doesn't all have to add up. Like, why is it the radio? Why is he afraid of electricity? What is the purple gum on the house?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. It's taking you to this really uncomfortable setting and just letting you know that everything's askew. Nothing is correct. Yeah. And so it becomes such an absolutely fun ride that I was just captivated by this episode the whole time.
I mean, it's just awesome. Like, everything about the episode, all the aspects and pieces just work. Again, like, this is why, for me, it is, like, totally top 10 Tales. Not just because it's horror Frasier, that's my wheelhouse, but, like, it absolutely rips on every level. Like, you said it right there.
You get, like, a ghost cam shot. The score's pretty on point. Like, it really is.
Like you said, like, whoever the fuck threw that fucking mannequin down at David Warren, I'm like, dude,
I was impressed. That's like an old-timey bouncer throw.
Yeah, that's like, oh yeah.
David Warner said, ah! Is that fucking...
I'm sorry I drank so much. No! Yeah, it's like,
it's so fucking fun. But then, the episode also, to me, the greatest Tales from the Crypt, you got to have that killer ending.
Yeah.
So he's in there with Zelda Rubinstein. He's tied up. And she's kind of doing the, oh, I thought you were here to help me. And he's like, oh, yes. And he's trying to play it cool so he can get out, right? He's tied into a chair in the attic. All of a sudden, Zelda leaves. She's like, I'll go get the little girl. You can get to work, right? I think you're going to be the one to help. He's like, yes. The little girl comes back. We're convinced it's Zelda Rubinstein, right? And he's like, are you feeling bad? Yeah. She just nods. You want to come talk to daddy and sit on my lap? Yeah. Right? It's hard when people want us to be what we ain't. Yeah. Right? If she doesn't say anything, she just nods her head. But it's an audio medium. And then the girl goes and sits on his lap, and he's like, if you could just untie my hand, I'll give you a hug. I'll give you a hug, and I'll give you some love therapy. The little kid nods again. He unties her, and he goes, yeah, here's your love therapy, you bitch. And he starts strangling her.
I'll say this.
I started laughing so hard in my chair.
Okay. I also almost woke my house up because I usually watch these pretty late at night. I was laughing so hard.
Yeah.
But not because, I mean, look, I still think it's funny, but like, also just like the shock, not the direction I thought that choking was going at all. Like, I was like,
he starts choking the shit out of her, and then he's like, you know what actually beats bad behavior? Worst behavior! Ah! And he starts like strangling the shit out of her. He had just told Zelda like a scene before, I'm going to kick you in your fucking head. And I was like, this guy's unraveling in like an amazing way. But when he starts strangling that kid, I was like, this guy's fully at his wit's end. And then all of a sudden you hear Zelda, stop it, you should be ashamed of yourself. And I was like, what? So now Zelda comes in. This actually is her child, who's been dead for 40 some years. But it's still kind of this like deformed, like desiccated husk of a child who wears a mask. And she spins him around, and in a classic Tales from the Crypt moment, she's like, they all thought they could help and knew so much. And all these other child psychologists we saw from the book collection are also tied to these kind of like throne chairs.
Yeah.
As skeletons, right? Including his like friend and mentor who has still had his glasses, little Sigmund Freud beard, and his pipe still in his mouth covered in spider webs.
Right.
And I was like, this is fucking amazing. And one nice extra touch is at the end, she's like, all right, you guys should get to work. I'm going to turn on her favorite program. And it's Robert Patrick's fucking Mad Dog. He's like, oh, yeah, what's up? Hey. And David Warner just, as the girl's dancing, Patrick Roberts is Undertakering. And you just hear Dave Warner, ignore it. And I was like, this is perfect. This is so good. I have it as the 12th highest ranked Tales from the Crypt right now. But it truly just gives you that full breadth of experience. It's bizarre. You can't really get that far ahead of it. It's so much fun.
Yeah. I mean, it's a full... Yeah, I think that man, damn, you said it again. That is the best way to put it. Like, every time I thought I knew the turn, it's the first one we've watched this season where I have not been able to guess what was going to happen.
Probably Beauty Rest 2. I did not expect Miss Autopsy.
Sorry, you're right. Miss Autopsy. We would just
the rest of the episode was exactly what I thought, and then at the end I was like,
Autopsy
oh boy.
was like the ending. This was the first time where like multiple times throughout the episode I was like, was not expecting that.
Yeah,
but
wait,
again,
what?
Yeah, like, but again, like, him choking a child, I fucking died.
That was fucking hilarious. See, to be fair, in our defense, so we don't sound like monsters, I thought that was just Zelda Rubinstein.
Oh, really?
I thought he was choking a grown-up.
For me, it was like, oh, this is why he's a child psychologist, not an actual parent.
Because he likes to just fucking strangle other people.
Every single one of, like, every parent, I don't care who you are, every parent has that. I was like, I could choke this kid out right now.
Yeah. Should I just like put my mitts on this child?
Yeah.
No, it's great. It's bizarre. It's fun. The Crypt Keeper has a human psychologist victim. I love when the Crypt Keeper has an actual human victim on his slab.
Yeah.
This episode does pretty much everything I like. I think it's not as strong throughout as like some of the really high ones.
Right.
But this is a great episode, man. It's fucking, right now I have it right between Dig That Cat, He's Real Gone, and Eas'll Kill Ya. And it's right in between those. Ooh, and I think that's great company. Those are both wonderful episodes.
Eas'll Kill Ya was one of my faves from last season.
That's a good one. See, that one's a little more hardcore. This one's kind of... Some of my favorite Tales from the Crypts are the one that go really hard.
Yeah.
But you would have to say, like, one of the pillars of most great Tales from the Crypt is kind of that tongue-in-cheek comedy, which this one does exceptionally well. Yeah. But yeah, I love this episode. It was wonderful. That's it!